Hello, Niels Harbors fans. This is kind of just a little tidy it up video. I bought a town set called 60026, and I used quite a few elements of it to help kind of fill out the town and give it more of a town-like feel with certain things that you might find in the town. One of these things ended up being sort of the train hub, the station kind of at the end of the line. The other end of the line would have been Vista Airport, but I needed some form of sort of a transportation area where people could buy tickets, an area where there'd be an engineer to deal with problems, a dispatcher on that end of the line, a place where the buses could stop and hook up with the trains, or take people who came off the train further north to maybe Mara Beach or even further up the road, and sort of all to these touristy spots or cottages or chalets along the way. Even a bus from Bingham that visited Niels Harbor sort of on a daily basis, on a daily run, would come to the station to drop off his passengers. So I just needed a train/bus station, much like a lot of communities inside the States and Canada that have these sort of little areas where the buses and trains can stop and transfer their passengers to one form of transportation to another. You'll recognize, of course, that a lot of this stuff came from the set 60026. I'm just going to go right in there and start shooting. I'm going to take the roof off, and I'm going to take the second floor off. This is actually the dispatcher's office. He actually works, in fact, for that regional transportation system called TY, or Transit Yard. And what we will do, I'm going to separate the camera as well. Take that down and gently pull it off and try not to... There we go. Sorry. There we go. I'll move that out of the way. And we'll go sort of pan right in. See, the gentleman has a desk. He's got his lamp and his water and coffee. He's got his computer that links in with the transportation system. And over the back there, we can see that he has a little orange vest in case he has to travel downstairs and help out the engineer from the train, or even help somebody with, one of the TY buses. And you can see he has a communication radio. He has equipment for slowing or stopping or helping trains, or even giving that equipment to the conductors. There's actually a petty cash box there in the corner, just in case more cash is needed for the ticket agents downstairs. And we, of course, have over here on the side just a tracking system, sort of like I guess what we would have in our cars to track where we were going in traffic, so you can sort of track all those buses, where they are and how long they're going to be, and the trains as well. So that is essentially what the dispatcher's office looked like. I'll just pull that off to the side. And downstairs is sort of where the passenger terminal would be. And we have an individual there who can take tickets, and of course she has her ticket window, and she also has charts that can sort of tell when trains are going to arrive, and a computer to help book those tickets and information that might be sent to her and things like that. Inside the terminal, we have a couple of conveniences. There's an ATM machine. There is, in fact, a waste receptacle. And I'm going to try to turn up the set. And you can see there's a little bit of waiting area there where you can just have some chairs. I'll go around to the side so you can see it again. I'll pull back a little bit. And there's the main counter itself. All quite simple. Things that I actually went to my local regional carrier where those buses and trains all meet. And I said, well, I wonder what is in a train/bus station, and what are the kind of things you're going to find. And things like this you might find. You put some light on there, maybe a little coffee table to sit down. And of course over here we had an elevator that went to the second floor. And there's the idea by that green light that there might be a washroom sort of in the back. Didn't actually have the room to fit in a washroom, of course, and barely had room for that sort of staff area right off to the corner there. But that's what I had room for, and tried to make it fit as best as possible, and just suggested the idea that that's sort of on your way to the washrooms. Another little thing that we did, this was a direct steal. There was nothing mawkish about this. This gentleman right here, City Pizza, I just liked it. It was a good color. It was nice to have a color that wasn't white. It was just nice to have a building that could be green and was green. I liked everything about the set. Inside, of course, you've got your cash out area. And I might have added a few cooking things, made it feel a little bit more like a place where you could find your pizza. Place for you to sit in there. Just something that from the outside you could tell that this was a building where people came in, they would sit down, and they would eat. And the rear of the building was just to make sure that any mocks that I did had all four walls. And there's nothing really in there. I could pull off the seat for you, but you're just going to have to trust me here. I'll take my little friend out here. Maybe that'll help. Our little chef. As you can see, there's more tables in the back. And I just put a place where somebody's going to cook your pizza, and you're going to sit down and eat it. And then, of course, you slide this around. You bring that to the back. And you attach it all together. You've got a little pizza shack where the local townies can kind of hang out and have some fun. One last little piece of business before I shut down this video, and I'll just move that out of the way a bit. I'm just going to go through some straight sets, make it really simple, come at that from above. And we talked about this before. If you want to know what these sets are all about, go to YouTube. But I figured I owed you at least what they were. Pool Hall and Barbershop, set 10246. It's part of the main town. Town Hall, of course, very rare now, 10224, and very hard to get, quite expensive. But we had that in the town, and oh, we had that one too, and we had that one too, and who else here? We've got, of course, the pet shop and the apartments, the little townhouse, of course, and we had the French restaurant. As you can see, that was set 10243. And of course, you saw in the video that the pet shop was 10218. And I'm going to take those down, all three of them. And finally, this seemed a little crazy, but it was like the idea that the town once had was prosperous enough to have its own little movie theater, maybe one or two cinemas, and that was set 10232. So we had that, and it was a bit massive, as it looks like a very famous theater in LA. And of course, the local privately owned shopping center. And in my day, they were still there. There wasn't all chains in those days. There were people who had their own little food, clothing, and toy store where you could find the amenities for life. And that was set 211. And I liked the idea of that old-fashioned idea being a part of the old-fashioned town. Well, that is the length of this video. I just wanted to sort of tidy up a few loose ends. And I'm going to be moving on to other videos. And who knows which one you'll watch first, but more to come. All right, thanks for watching.